This is the start of me leaving Canada, and really it's the start of me cycling the Pacific coast. I've decided which way I'm going to go. I'm going to cycle down the Pacific coast to America. I'm going to go from where I am now in Vancouver, start heading, just keep the sea on your right really. Not really any plan. Today I want to cross into the United States. Let's go! I've just arrived at the Canadian-USA border. This is the boundary marker. As you can see, Canada on this side. And I'm now in the United States, albeit I've yet to have actually passed customs. The US port of entry. We got some good news! USA-Canada border. I'm on the USA side! Ha ha! Boom! USA! Let's make it down the Pacific Coast Highway! It's been a good few months. I've fallen in with love with the Yukon, with Hawaii, and with Vancouver. And now it's time for me to hit the open road. Let's make our way down the Pacific Coast. So I have finished cycling from Vancouver. First day on the Pacific Coast, really. And I just pitched my tent. That's where I'm going to be sleeping tonight. I found a little clearing in the woods. Just the shoreline's just over here. Pretty tired. 63 kilometers I've done, which isn't that far. But I set off at midday. And it's a bit meh. The first day getting out of Vancouver wasn't the nicest. Border went quite well, and now I'm just looking forward to getting in my tent and getting a good night's sleep. I've not slept in my tent for maybe a month. In all, I'm so excited for what's going to come. I'm cycling the Pacific coast. Right, I'm going to call it a night, cook some food, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Washington State in September was a wet and dreary place to be. It was just like being back in England in a way, apart from the American flag houses, George Washington signposts, and driving on the wrong side of the road. Not the greatest weather to start the day. Washington State. It is raining in Washington State. One of the positives I'd heard about following the Pacific coast is I was bound to meet other cycle tourists. I was lucky that a break in the rain coincided with my first encounter.
Hello. How's it going? Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Where are you heading?
Albuquerque.
Great.
Where are you going?
Argentina.
Where?
Argentina.
Argentina, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Where'd you start from?
Top of Alaska.
Wow.
What about you two?
Here in Bellingham.
Vicky, is this day one?
This is day one.
Ah, sweet! So this is my first full day going through the United States, Washington State, and I've bumped into another couple of cycle tourists. So let's say hello to them.
Hello,
Wayne.
how are you?
Really, there we go. Focus. And Sydney.
Hey.
That's how we'd call that a bifter in England. Having a cigarette.
Oh,
Smoking a bifter.
I'm fueled by nicotine and ibuprofen, caffeine.
That's good. I like that. And this is Sydney's first ever bike tour. How are you finding it so far?
You know, we met you right away. It was pretty cool. There's other people that do this.
Yeah.
He's been telling me.
Those are the weirdos in the world.
I like it.
We're gonna see how long we ride together. No pressure. If you guys want to ditch me and chill out, that's easy.
I think you'll be ditching us, right? Yeah, you have a good sense.
Sydney and Wayne were full of energy and contagious enthusiasm on their first day of a long tour of the United States. I struggled to keep their pace for longer than a few hours, so I eventually said farewell and we went our separate ways. It was wonderful to share their first day on a big old bike tour with them, and for me, it confirmed that I'd made the correct decision to cycle the Pacific coast. The roads on the Washington coast could be quite narrow for US standards and had little shoulder. However, the views more than made up for less than perfect road conditions. Good evening from my second day in America on the Pacific Coast route. Today's been really good. I spent the day cycling with another couple, with Wayne and Sydney. They were really nice, really lovely couple, albeit they cycle a bit quicker than me, albeit this is their first day on the bike tour. They've gone about 15k ahead of me. I cycled 90k today. It's good to have some company, people that are really looking forward to their trip, and I think I'm in a place where I'm really excited and happy as well. So we joined each other for a bit. We also went our separate ways halfway through the day. Really good. I've got myself a really good wild camping spot.
I'm drying out my tent. There's the ground sheet. This here, bit more drying of the tent. That's the actual tent. I'm going to just pitch a tent here.
Now it's time to cook some food, let my tent dry, and then I'm going to go to sleep. 90k, day 2, happy with that. I'm really happy at the moment, just super happy. Alright, I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to put the camera away now. Good night, farewell. So I've met another cycle tourist. His name's David. I'll introduce you to him in a minute. These views. Do you want to say hello to the world, David?
Hello!
Hello, world!
Hello, world!
David's cycling to Mexico, so we're going to spend a bit of time cycling together. David is from the northeast of the USA and has recently taken up the fiddle. He plays in the Appalachian style and has only been playing for just over a year. We both plan to get the ferry from Fort Casey to Port Townsend, so we could avoid going through the urban sprawl of Seattle. I forgot to mention that I replaced my drone after losing the last one on a ferry. I bought a second-hand DJI Spark from Craigslist for 300 Canadian dollars. This was only made possible due to the support of my wonderful patrons. If you too would like to receive some fantastic benefits and support this creative journey, you can become a patron at the link below. So we've just arrived in the small town of Port Townsend. David, what do you think?
It's cold!
It's great! And we're now heading to go and meet a guy called Stuart. And Stuart has offered super kindly to host us. But before we get there, let's have a look at this. This is really proper old school. Victorian Square. That's nice. Stu and Sheila had contacted me to offer to host me after seeing my videos. Stu is a fellow Brit and has lived in the USA for over 15 years. I asked if David could join me and they were more than happy to host him. The beautiful town of Port Townsend was the perfect place to have a good night's rest and to eat some amazing food. It's the deer. It's really random. You have no fear whatsoever. These little street deers. Back on the road. Had a lovely stay with Sheila and Stu. Now, just keep heading down through Washington State. This route's beautiful. Just making my way out of Port Townsend and it's absolutely fabulous. If I'd gone on the road, I'd be up here, above that. On the bluff. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Here we go. Alright, so this down here, this is really nice. Later that day, a lady called Beth saw me sat in McDonald's whilst I was connected to the free Wi-Fi.
She came over and asked where I was sleeping, and then she offered to host me at her house in the woods. She gave me her address, so I cycled for a couple of hours and I arrived at her house at around 5 p.m.
Hello. Hello. Isn't it?
Yes. I probably haven't seen a bicycle in 2 years.
Really? Yeah, this is beautiful, this little ride. It's down here.
Oh,
So
it's
nice.
So a little bit of an update from the night. I've had a wonderful night, hosted in this house. I'm staying in here. So good. People just inviting me over that have never met me, just based on a story that I'm cycling around the world. This country is one of the friendliest countries I've ever been to. America, you're doing well. Thank you today. I had cornbread for the first time. That was nice. Chili. Good night. It's not good night yet. One last announcement. Thank you very much for watching. That is the first half of my stay in Washington. The next half is even better. Lots and lots of sociable cycling, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. I need to say thank you to some wonderful patrons that have signed up since the last video I made. And I'm going to say thank you to you all now. So Kevin Johnson, Nils, Rach, Ben and Andy, Roberto Marquez, Thomas Gibson, Chris Lloyd and Mark Holasek. Thank you all so much. You have made this possible. You've made that drone purchase you see there possible. You make the creativity and the continuation of this journey possible. So thank you all. Get ready for the next episode. It's going to be a good one. And there's a really cool Canadian guy in it, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. Right, where am I now? Update. I'm in Mississippi, in Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah, it's cool. I'm staying with a friend at the moment. And this is my little video editing suite. Do you want to see it? It's just a desk on my computer. So there we go. I'll show you more of Jackson, Mississippi in the next video. On the next update. Because I've already finished it. Woohoo! Right, let's go!